You shot straight, but you shot late. High living. This is the Rundown Podcast.
I'm gonna give you the rundown.
Good afternoon, Mr. Smith.
Good afternoon.
My name is Luke Evans. I represent Mr. Johnson in this case. So we'll be asking you a few questions, okay?
Yes, sir.
If there's anything I ask you don't understand, just let me know. If you can't hear me, it shouldn't be a problem. But if for some reason you can't hear me, just let me know, okay? So, you started out today saying, and I think ended by saying you're here to tell the truth, right?
Correct.
And just to be clear, you know the difference between a truth and a lie, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you said you started meeting with law enforcement, but December 9th, really the day you got picked up, the day after you got picked up in South Haven, right? Or the same day?
Nah, I ain't meet, like, what you mean by meet back with them?
I mean, they sat down and interviewed you in a room.
Yeah, I talked to them,
And did you tell them the truth?
Nah.
Right? Because specifically they asked you whether or not you'd ever seen that Mercedes,
Right.
and whether you'd been in it, right?
Right.
And you said, never been in it, never seen it, never been in it with Justin Johnson,
Correct.
right? Okay, just to be clear.
Correct.
How about how many times would you say you've met with the state, law enforcement included, right, in preparing to testify to that?
Couple times, three, 4 times.
Okay.
4 times.
Does that include are you including that time back in December, right, when you were picked up?
Nah.
Okay. So 3 or 4 times since,
Yeah.
right? And one of the times you met with them was in March of 22. You remember meeting with them then? Sometime around then?
I don't know the exact months and stuff like that. I got my lawyer in March, so I don't know. I can't just pinpoint exactly what month.
Well, I'll say it like this. You started out with a different lawyer and you ended up with the lawyer you have now, right?
No, sir. He was never hired.
Okay, well, you got paid.
No, he did not get paid.
Did he get paid?
No.
He didn't get $50,000?
He did not. He ain't signed my jacket saying he represents.
That's what I'm asking you.
I just talked to him.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Right. You asked
He
me.
got
Said I had
$50,000.
a lawyer. So.
Hold on just a second. Ask your question, wait for the response.
You bang.
The original lawyer in your case got $50,000 to represent you. Did he not?
I don't know exactly how much you get. I don't know. I can't say.
All right. And you knew that, just so we're all clear here, that money came from CMG, right?
Yeah, I don't know exactly who, but yeah.
All right. So you talked today. You got paid for what you just testified to, didn't you?
After I was locked up,
You got paid,
my
right?
lawyer was paid. Lawyer.
You got $50,000 to pay a lawyer, right?
I didn't get it in my hand. Correct. I don't know how much it was, but correct. My lawyer.
Okay. And there's no question that that money was for services rendered. Killing Dolph.
Basically.
You took it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did your conscience bother you?
Come on.
Your conscience.
After I came to my senses, yeah.
Did you say, I can't have that money? I can't use that money because you still got a lawyer here.
Nah, I ain't say that.
You took the money.
Yeah, I took the money. I got the money.
Your conscience wasn't bothering you that bad, right? You said your conscience started bothering you, but not bad enough not to take the money for the job you did.
Well, I had already did it, so might as well. You know, I got a conscience still after I came to my senses.
Right. Okay. So, you didn't think, man, I really shouldn't be able to keep money for killing somebody.
I didn't think like that.
Okay. Now, at the end of this, you said, you're direct. You said something about, you saw a picture of the person, you said Mr. Johnson with a suitcase. And you said, he's there with his money, getting out of town.
Right.
To be clear, you don't have any direct knowledge of Justin Johnson getting a dime for this, right?
Nah, I ain't have nothing.
Okay. So you can't say he's leaving with his money, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, a couple other things specifically. When you, as you say it, let's kind of put a timing on this. So you said March, you got your current lawyer, and you went back and met with the government again, right? Or the state?
I
Wow.
don't know what month. Like I said, I can't say where like they can win.
But if I told you you met with law enforcement around March 13th of 22, does that sound about right?
I can't put the date on it. I ain't
Okay.
even counted them.
Well, let me ask you this. You said you had a change of heart and your conscience started getting to you. You wanted to tell the truth. When did that happen?
Like a couple months after I sobered all the way up, while I was in jail, sobered all the way up. I ain't in my senses like it was wrong.
Okay. So you got December is when you go to jail. December 9th.
Yeah, December 9th.
So a couple of months from then. You sober up, that's when you come to your senses.
Yeah, and then Justin had sent me a letter saying.
Well, I'm not asking you what Justin sent you a
I'm
letter saying.
saying what automatically made me come to my senses and like, you know, it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? When he said, cut him loose, take the juke, and quit down with me.
Okay. So you're saying Mr. Johnson sent you something saying, he actually said he didn't do it, right?
Now, he didn't say he didn't do it then. He said, cut him loose and take the juke and quit down with me because they ain't messing with us.
Oh, you mean tell the truth?
Nah.
Because he didn't have anything to do with it. Tell the truth.
Nah, he's saying me take the downfall.
Oh, okay.
Cut him loose, let him go.
Okay.
And tell them to quit and him change clothes and quit with me instead of him.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Did you get it directly from Justin Johnson, this kite you're talking about?
You know, we got rock meeting and stuff, but we were talking through the vent. I was in each part, he was in each part. We were talking through the vent.
Did you get it directly from Justin Johnson?
Nah.
Did you see him write it?
Did I get it? He said, did you get that? Did you get that kite?
Did you see him write it?
Nah, I ain't see him right. I mean, another part. We
Right, you can't even see him.
But he asked me, did I get that kite?
Okay.
He sent me more than one. He sent another one and said he got $7K. I could take that. I'll leave.
Where's that?
I don't know where it's at.
You lost it?
Nah. I sent it on out to my folks.
Okay.
Sent
All
it on
right.
out to my folks. My sister.
Okay. So you started telling the truth then. So surely by August, you met with the state in August 10th of 22. Surely by then you're telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm telling the truth.
And you would agree with me, the truth doesn't change. It's the truth, right?
Yeah, it's the truth. You know, quit. Brought me in and set me up for the police and kept me. So might as well tell the truth. If we gonna tell the truth.
Okay. So today, for the first time ever, you testified that you wiped that Mercedes down.
Yeah.
You've never said that before.
No, I ain't know.
You never told them. You never told them that you wiped that Mercedes down?
I never told detectives when I talked to them. Nah.
Why would you not tell them? They've asked you every question under the sun about this case, right?
I said detectives. I never admitted that I was involved to detectives when I first got locked up December 9th.
You know they take notes and they recorded your entire interview
Right.
from August.
All right.
Why didn't you tell them in August you wiped the car down?
We were talking about so much, you know, it slipped my mind from.
And they specifically asked you, and you said
They ain't asked me that I work with Gotti. They ain't specifically asked me.
You don't recall them asking you and you saying Justin said he had someone wipe the car down.
Yeah, he told me he had somebody to wipe the car down too.
But you didn't think to ask him,
I
right?
told him that I wiped it down. He said you used the right stuff, so I got somebody else to wipe it down. You know what I'm saying?
So now you're saying you told Justin that you went and wiped it down.
Yeah, I told him too.
Why didn't you tell that to law enforcement who's seeking the truth from you, right?
You know, stuff slip a person's mind too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Kind of an important
Okay.
detail.
like they ain't asked me did I work the car down, so
You don't think so?
I don't recall.
Okay. Well, your fingerprints are on that car,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So when did you go do that?
Like a couple days after the shooting.
Did you tell Quet? Did you go by Quet's house?
Yeah, I ain't called quick and told him that I was finna walk in their backyard so he'll know who walking over there. I ain't called him.
So you called him, you let him know. You walked through his backyard.
Not through his backyard. That I was finna walk in the backyard where the car was in.
Okay. Why would you need to tell Quet you were going to be at the car across the street?
Because he got cameras. So I ain't want him to think nobody trying to get him enough to get shooting at me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, let him know what's up.
And just to be clear, does he have cameras on the abandoned house, or you're just saying shooting out from facing out from his house?
He out.
Okay.
He out.
But testimony today is you called Quet and told him you were going to go over there and wipe that car down.
Yeah.
Okay. And you didn't tell law enforcement that either.
Nah.
Does that surprise you that you wouldn't have told them, hey, I even called Quet and told him I was going to go over and do it?
Nah, because, you know, like I say, stuff slip a person mad at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, when law enforcement talking to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't just finna remember everything bit for bit right then and there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you had 3 or 4 times, as you said it, right? To meet with him, to go over it, to think about it. You were able to talk with counsel before you went into this. You were able to look at paperwork before you went in, right?
Before I went in with.
And met with him.
Yeah, what you mean though? What you saying? Like, what you saying?
It just slipped your mind.
Nah, what you saying? Like,
No,
what slipped my mind? What you saying?
To tell them all the details.
Yeah, I couldn't just remember detail like that.
Because it's hard to keep up with details when you're lying. You would agree with that, right?
Nah.
No?
Nah, when you tell them the truth, like, and you
Okay.
nervous, like, it's hard to keep up with
Uh-huh.
details.
So, you're saying that one just slipped your mind? Okay. You didn't bring it up. They didn't ask you. You just slipped your mind. Okay.
I answered the questions they asked me correctly, you know. Like, if they ain't asked me, if I don't recall them asking me, I ain't answering.
So, law enforcement specifically asked you about this $800 that you got after the shooting, right?
Right.
And today, I just want to make clear, you're saying that $500 was hand-delivered by Justin with a letter to your neighbor.
Right.
And her name, just to be clear, is Vivian Fifi, right?
Correct.
Lives next door to your dad.
Correct.
And you know that happened, correct?
Correct.
You say you were on the phone with Justin and Miss Fifi when that was happening.
Correct.
And to confirm that Miss Fifi actually got the money.
Correct.
Okay? Now, but you would agree with me that's not the story you first told law enforcement, right?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
I can't say he's correct in that, but I don't know what I told them, like, when I first talked to them.
But is that the truth?
I can't recall the interview that I had with them back then, so I can't say it's correct or it's not.
Okay. Well, did you tell them that you told them the truth, right?
Yeah, I told them the truth.
All right.
I told them.
So, in that same interview, if that's the truth with Miss Fifi, in that same interview earlier, why would you tell them that some masked man came in a Chrysler 300 on 2 occasions
No, I
and
did
said,
not say that.
you didn't say that.
I didn't say that earlier. I did not say that. Said a madman on 2 occasions came.
You didn't say that.
Justin dropped it off to Miss Fifi the first time, and he had somebody with a mask on the second time with $300. That's what I said.
So, if that interview recording's got your voice saying that you and Angela backed up in the driveway next door and on 2 separate occasions, the first time somebody brought $500 and your girlfriend Angela got out and got it and you stayed in the car, and then on another occasion, which is what you said today, somebody bought $300 and Angela got out and got it. You're saying that's just not like you didn't say that. Somebody else jumped in your interview that was recorded and said those things.
Yeah, I don't remember saying all that. I can't recall the interview. Like, I got to hear it for me to say, yeah, you know, I see it, yeah, I got to hear the interview.
Okay. But if you were telling the truth, you wouldn't have any trouble, right? Going, did I say that or not? Because you know you didn't say it because you told the truth.
I'm telling the truth. I'm telling
This time or that time?
I been telling the truth all the time, all along.
Okay.
Since that good, might as well tell the truth.
A couple of things. You had only two conversations. Well, let me back up. You had one conversation at Quet's house where Juk was there, correct?
Correct.
Justin wasn't there.
Nah, he wasn't there.
And then you said you had an earlier conversation with just you and Quet about the Dolph hit, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, this conversation that you had at Quest with Juke was there. I think you said you went to buy X pills.
Correct.
You weren't going over there for the specific purpose of saying you wanted to a chance at killing Dolph.
Nah.
Okay. Did you ever, during that meeting that you had with Juk and Quet present, did you ever say that you could get up on Dolph real easy because you know where his aunt lives and you see him over there at least once a week?
Nah.
Never said that.
Never said that.
Now, you've testified today that no promises were made, right? But you're expecting to get consideration.
Nah.
No. You're not expecting to get any consideration for your sentence in this case, based on what you're doing here today.
Nah. But I know I'm going to jail anyway, so.
Okay.
So, man, we reason to get it off my chest, feel better. Start my healing process.
Tell me what you told your sisters when you wrote them back in March of 22.
I don't know. Probably not.
You lied to them?
I say anything. I don't know.
Now we're getting somewhere. You'd say anything.
I'm saying like in the letters because I know for sure that they taking my letters and stuff, so.
You told them my lawyer is trying to tell me my best out is working with the feds, helping them, something I've never done in my life.
Yeah.
So you're telling them I didn't do this. I didn't really do it. But I'm going to say I did it so I can get out of prison.
Nah, I ain't saying it like that. I ain't saying it like that. Like, I'm saying like, it's my best out to be honest and stuff like that. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, be truthful because they already know. So, if they already know, why play with these folks? And they already know.
And then you said, just so on that point, your lawyer, he said that's the only way I will not do life in jail.
Yeah, if I said that then, you know, if I, you know, what I said, if I wrote that, I said that. So I ain't finna say I didn't write that.
And then you say that you're hoping essentially not to do any time because your lawyer that you have now was responsible for getting one of the people in the Holly Bobo case out without doing any jail time.
Yeah, I told him his history, you know what I'm saying, like his history, but what he did in the past ain't got nothing to do with it.
No. So you weren't expecting to walk free after today? That's not what you were expecting?
After them folks kept telling me I ain't going, I said forget it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, I'm being real, so it is what it is, I feel better then.
Okay. Because you told your sisters, they gotta let me walk free if I make any deals with them.
And my sister and they green, they don't know nothing about no folk teachers and stuff like that. They green, they don't know nothing about no jail time or nothing like that. So, you know, we just praying, hoping for the best outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just leaving in God's hand.
Why would you lie to your family? I mean, you had this this hit of conscience after you got clean, right? Right?
Yeah, it basically like speaking into existence, you know what I'm saying? Like hoping for the best, you know what I'm saying? Outcome, you know what I'm saying? Faith.
Exactly. Hoping to walk free if you go in and testify in this case, right?
Before I talk to them folks and stuff like that, like before I talk to them, that's what I'm telling my sister them, like, man, I ain't never did no police ass shit, but you know what I'm saying? Quinn already told them everything. They already knew everything, so I might as well, you know, tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Tell my role, tell his role, you know what I'm saying? So be honest.
Wait, and you bring up Quet in this letter. You even tell your sisters that when you saw Quet on December 8th, it was like he had a limited time to find somebody to pin this on. Talking about Quet.
Hey, you know, I was just getting locked up, right? So I wasn't finna say, yeah, that was me. I'm not finna say, yeah, I know that was me or nothing like that. Any little, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna do that.
You hadn't just got locked up. Agreed? You got locked up in December. This is in March.
Yeah, but I'm still just locked up over here. I came over here in January 11th. So I'm over here now, and I know, man, everything I do, say, whatever, right? They might intercept it. They might listen on the phone, so I can't talk like I really want to. In no letters or nothing.
You repeatedly say in these letters to your sisters that you didn't do this, and you're only going to lie to get yourself a deal. Fair? Whether it was true, whether you say you were lying to them or not, that's what you said here.
Right. I said it in that letter once again. I just got over it. I know my case over. I ain't talking to no state or nothing like that. I ain't talking to nobody. So I'm not finna admit to doing nothing in no letter, knowing they might interfere in it. Take it.
You met with law enforcement in December, on December 9th, on the day of your arrest.
Yes, sir, I did.
And within days of writing this, and maybe before then, did you, well, you didn't remember. In days of writing this, you're back meeting with law enforcement.
December the 9th?
In March 13th.
You said December the 9th.
You met with them in December 9th?
December the 9th, March.
You're back meeting with them March 13th of 22. Days after writing this letter to your sister, or these letters to your sister.
Well, if it was after I wrote that to my sisters, then I wasn't going to confess, because you said I wrote that before I met with them, right?
So, I guess what you're saying that is, when you met with law enforcement, if it was in March, that you realized you weren't going to lie and you decided to tell the truth then.
To the law enforcement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this issue about the $50,000 we talked about earlier, you went into a proffer sometime in March and lied about the $50,000.
What you mean?
You didn't tell them that you had gotten $50,000 for killing Dolph.
I didn't tell them because that was for my lawyer.
Okay.
That was for my lawyer. So I ain't tell them right then and there.
And then in August, you and your lawyer have to appear for another proffer, and you have to clear that up because you lied.
Yeah, I kept it G, like, you know, Yeah, my lawyer told me that the best thing to do, just be honest. That is things.
Okay. But you still weren't honest, even after meeting with him the first time. And then in August, you meet with him again.
Hold up, what you mean I wasn't honest after meeting with them? Hold up, what you
In March. You lied about the money in March.
in March? Like, what? Why I lie about some money?
You
in
didn't
March?
tell them you got any money for killing Dolph.
Nah, look, when I spoke to my lawyer, and my lawyer told me to be honest, I was honest with them.
Okay.
I was honest with them. I told them about the 800, so I ain't tell them I got no money for killing Dolph. I told y'all about the 800. So how I didn't tell you that?
Now, you originally even tried to get your girlfriend alive for you, right? With an alibi, Angela.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Who's Letitia Jackson?
That's my baby mom, my kid mom.
Okay. Now, I think you said, well, let me ask you this, was the day that you shot Dolph, but the day before that, did you know you were going to shoot Dolph?
Nah, I ain't know nothing about all this, but I ain't know we were gonna catch Dolph or nothing. But the next day was the day we caught Dolph, that was my baby girl's birthday, to be honest.
Okay.
And I know I told her about a house, buying them a house and all that because I knew that they already had hits on everybody's head and we was out looking for somebody. We didn't know we were gonna catch Dolph, we didn't know who we were gonna catch.
Is that why it was a particularly big day for you?
What you mean every day?
Well, you text Miss Jackson, let's see, 9:05 a.m. on November 17th, 2021, you say, good morning. I went to sleep in the midst of texting you to knowing today is my big day.
My baby birthday. My daughter's birthday.
November 17th?
Yeah, my daughter.
You went and killed a man on your daughter's birthday?
Hey, I'm trying to make it right for her. I ain't had no money. I'm trying to get some money that day. So I'm trying to make sure my baby girl, man, have a beautiful birthday. So it was whatever. Then I'm trying to get high on pills. It was whatever.
But you're telling her you're going to buy her house, you're going to give her $10,000 for rent?
I said, this
Right.
day before.
The day before?
Yeah, you know, I can tell female lie, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my baby mama. I was trying to get back with her, whatever. It ain't just like, you know, it's just game, you know what I'm saying? It's just game. And about all, like, just game.
So you're just lying to her too?
I ain't saying lying. I ain't gonna say that. Game and lying is two different things because,
Okay.
man, you know, you tell the person what they want to hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, tell
Like
them.
these fine people.
Nah, I don't know them. I don't know them, so ain't got no reason to let them know that.
So if it's game, it ain't a lie.
I ain't trying to run game on nobody here, man.
You sure?
Positive. I put myself in a murder, so I don't run the game. Make sense now.
But you think you're walking.
I ain't saying I'm walking. That folks just told me, them folks been told me I'm doing time, so, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
So, at the shooting itself, I just want to be clear on this. You say Justin got shot.
He got scraped on the back.
What is? Explain to me the difference between a scrape and getting shot.
Like, you know, when you fall and you scrape your knee or something, like the bullet glazed your back, like just glazed. Like it glazed my leg and I got hit and it went in my back.
Okay, so you're saying a bullet grazed when you say scrape. I just want to make sure. Okay, so you're saying Justin got grazed, a bullet grazed on his back.
Yeah.
Was he bleeding?
Yeah, he would bleed, but it wasn't like mine was. Like, you know, hit it like mine was.
How much was your leg bleeding a lot?
Yeah, my leg was bleeding a little bit. Like, you can see the skin, you know what I'm saying? Scab, skin, and stuff like that. But it was just glazed, but my arm, it went in and rested in my back.
And you said that when you went to Keona's house, that she did some wound care on You and Justin.
We helped each other. All of us helped each other.
Okay, so you wiped Justin's back down
Yeah,
for that spot.
She would help him with a tab, and we were helping each other. Yeah, man, helping each other.
Okay. And I think you said when y'all got to Keona's house, you changed clothes when you went in.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you identified a person you said with Mr. Johnson that came out and then stuck his head in a charger, but you were in the house. But you said that was.
He came out and got the wound kit.
All right. So did y'all do the wound care before changing clothes or after you got the wound kit?
Before the wound kit came, we had a towel and soap and stuff and peroxide. You know what I'm saying? We were doing it like this.
Okay. When you met with Juke and Quet, Quet was doing most of the talking. Go back. Right?
He was talking.
And you testified earlier about this, just to be clear, Govan before the hit on Dolph, before you did it, had already negotiated with you to get $10,000.
Yeah, from me and $10,000 from Justin.
Okay. Now, I want to be clear about, I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I want to make sure $10,000 to you, you talked about it before, and then he came back to you after the fact and asked you about the 10 because he wanted his money, right?
Yeah, I want a man too.
Okay. Now, you said today, pretty matter-of-factly, that he had the same $10,000 from Justin. But when you were interviewed by law enforcement in August, they asked you that. And you said, I think he had the same deal with Justin. Right? So do you know it or do you think it?
I probably did say that then, but basically I'm saying the same thing I said then.
So you're not sure?
I'm saying the same thing I said then.
Okay, that you think he did.
I'm saying the same thing I said then. You can put it how you want to put it, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
I'm putting it the way you put it.
What I know, you know what I'm saying? What I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, if you know it, why would you tell them then that you thought it? I think he got it. Why wouldn't you go, he got it? He had the same deal. I was there.
It's because just ain't bring me my money, so I don't know if he gave me. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
One moment, Judge. When you were in the white Mercedes, you were bleeding a lot, right? Bleeding a lot.
Nah. I wasn't bleeding a lot.
So you told law enforcement that you were bleeding really bad.
Yeah, once it started coming out, once I see it, saw it, start panicking, you know, like, damn, blood started coming out. But I know not to panic that bad though, because I've been shot before. So in the white face, I'm sitting up like this, so my blood won't get nowhere in the car. Sitting up like this, and we driving at a fast pace. So I jump out this, jump at this position, right?
Okay. You've got a gunshot in your shoulder, a graze on your leg, and you say Mr. Johnson's been grazed on his back,
Correct.
and you can see the graze. right?
Nah, I
You
ain't
can see
look at it. Because when he driving, I'm making sure. We didn't know he was glazed at first. So I'm trying to make sure he don't read. So I'm like, you all right? You all right? I'm talking to him. But he said he been hit too.
Okay, he said he got hit. You've gotten grazed on your leg. You can look down, you felt it, and then you can look down and see it, right? All right. Now, you said you wiped down this car. How'd you wipe down the car? And what'd you do?
What you mean?
How did you wipe down the car? What'd you do? You walked through the backyard, you walked up to the car. What did you do next?
You know, I had like peroxide and bleach and stuff, wiping, cutting.
Peroxide and bleach. So you walked back through this yard and you had big things of peroxide and bleach in your hands.
You trying to say how I did it with a shot on?
I know, I'm just saying, I want to know how you did
I'm trying to
it.
see what you did need.
I want to know how you did it. I might need to walk down a car. I don't know.
Alright, well,
So how'd you do it?
I just wiped the guy there, you know what I'm saying? I wiped the cut there.
Alright, where'd you wipe?
Inside and stuff. Inside in the dope down.
Door band?
Yeah.
So you wiped down, where'd you wipe down on the inside?
Like the armrest, seat and stuff, and the dope down.
Okay. What about the outside of the car?
Dope down. Dope down. You know what I'm saying? Wipe the dope down.
Anything else?
The outside? Nah, just dope down.
And you know your prints on the car.
Yeah, I ain't know that my print was on the car at the time, but I'm wiping dope on where I know I touch, you know what I'm saying? Like dope pound and stuff like this. And the blood department, I was just trying to wipe real fast, but I ain't want the lawn to go out, so I was just trying to wipe real fast, because it late, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to get caught by these cops. It's late. I'm shot, but I'm bandaged up, you know, so, and I ain't trying to let my hat go down because I was on some pills and stuff.
What'd you do with the stuff afterwards?
What stuff?
The stuff you used to clean the car?
I just had it already on the towel, and I went back there and did it real fast.
Okay, so back just a few minutes ago, I said you walked back there with like containers of peroxide and bleach and a towel, and you said yes.
I ain't say that.
So I want to make sure you had it was just on the towel.
Yeah, it was on the towel.
Okay. So just one towel. What'd you do with the towel?
I took it back with me.
Okay. Who drove you there?
My dad. I made her hit the block. Hit the block while she let me out, and I get out and walked up, went back to him.
And your girl's Angel on.
Yeah.
And just so I'm clear, when would this have been in relation to you shoot Dolph on the 17th? Same day?
No.
2 days? 1 day later? 2 days later?
It wasn't. I can't tell you exactly, but it was a couple days later, before they found the car. It was before, it probably was the night before they found the car.
And so she dropped you off. Was she in the tracks?
She dropped me off on Barrett, and I got out.
Barrett?
Barrett Street.
Okay.
And I got out on foot and walked. But I ain't want her truck seen on this street and nothing.
Okay. Was it day or night?
Nighttime.
Okay. Was she in the tracks?
Yeah.
Now, did Quet ever tell you that either he or someone else had wiped the car down?
Quick?
Yeah.
Nah, just told me that he had somebody wipe the car down.
And you were testified about leaving your cell phone in there?
Yeah, I left in the blue phone.
In the glove box. All right. But you had already went to Pressure World and done all that by the time you go back to wipe it.
Went to Pressure World and done what?
Got in your phone.
Yeah, I went to Pressure World today, and right after we shut off, like after we split up from the apartment, I went to Pressure World.
Okay.
Same day.
When you talked about in your testimony about getting a car covered.
Yeah.
When is that in relation to when you wipe the car down?
Like when Quinn gave me the money for the car code, it was the same day that they had found the car. Same, like early that morning he gave me the money for the car cover. And I was gonna put it on there, they don't even know, but they found the car.
And just to be clear, if I remember right, you said Quet called you to say, I need you to go come over here and get money for a car cover and go cover that car.
Him and Justin was talking about that anyway. Him and Justin was talking about that anyway.
But were you part of the were you part of the conversation between Govan and Justin to be talking about that anyway?
What you mean? Was like
You just said he and Justin were talking about that. Were you part of those conversations?
Justin was telling him he was gonna send him some cash out money to buy a car cover so we could cover.
How do you know that?
Because I went over there, I was over to Govan house. I had, we got some pills for him and everything. Like, and we were talking about we had to get rid of this car. We were saying we need to get rid of this car, burn this car up.
And you're saying that Govan's telling you he's in contact with Justin. And
Yeah.
Justin, okay. All right. And just to be clear, when it comes to Govan or Quet, is it a y'all need to take care of this problem, or is it we, him included, need to take care of this problem?
He's saying me and Justin really need to get rid of that car. He told me because if they question him, he gonna tell them how they with the masses so he can get back to his gambling. That's what he said.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
I no problem. Thank you. Big right?
Yeah, I'll be super quick, Judge. The last thing, a lot of us probably didn't understand. Quet told y'all that if the police come to him and ask him about the car, he's going to say holler at William Massey.
Yeah.
Is that his attorney?
Yeah, that was his attorney.
Okay, so he's telling y'all, he's going to tell the police, I'm not talking to y'all, talk to my attorney.
Yeah, he talked to my attorney. So I can get back to my gambling.
To his sports gambling?
Yeah.
Okay. When Mr. Evans is asking you questions, he's asking about text messages and stuff. This is something I just forgot to do. Did the police seize your telephone from Letitia after you gave it to her?
Yeah.
Is that telephone 901-513-6236?
It was.
And the very last thing, every time I've met with you, me and you have met, if you count 2 minutes back there, maybe 3 times. Is that right?
Yeah.
Have I ever told you you're going to walk out of jail?
Nah, you never told me that.
Have I always told you that you're going to prison?
Yeah, you told me that.
No further questions.
Evans, any recross?
No, you're right.
Are you next witness?
You have 5 minutes to get quota ready for the medical exam.
Say man, hey man, it's OG Jucario. Now back at you with another one. And I had to come back and slide on the YouTube block because since day one, Cornelius Smith, the shooter, the one who got out of the Benz first, man. When you see the video of Dolph getting gunned down at Makita's homemade butter cookies, you see this boy Cornelius Smith. He's the one that's telling it all now. He done snitched on the whole gang on the stand, testifying. Now we've been hearing behind the scenes who might have been talking, right? And could have been possibly giving up information first. But as we see during this trial, this boy Cornelius Smith has took, just the title for, hey man, say man, I'm telling because I didn't get my cut, man. This is what this is right now. This is what I'm getting from this, you guys. So that lets me know that Cornelius Smith was real resentful because he also said, well, I don't know, if, Justin had the same deal as me. All I know is we supposed to gave Quet $10,000 apiece, right? And that boy said, nah, I can't really say if he got it or not. But you could tell Cornelius was really just saying, hey man, I really know he got it. I just can't say, for a fact on the record in court, right? Testify to that I know for sure he got the money. But by those pictures of Justin Johnson getting ready to take flight with his luggage packed, you already know he had some type of money, you guys, right? And Cornelius probably felt the same way at that time for that to be his response when he seen that picture in court. Cornelius probably never seen that picture, right? Cornelius wasn't around when Justin Johnson was in that elevator with that luggage, right? leaving his place with that luggage, right? His bags packed. So that lets Cornelius know when he seen that picture, oh man, that boy got paid, man. I ain't getting no money. They only gave me 800. They only 800? Oh no, everybody gotta go. Come on, man. Yeah, they got us. They got us, man. Say, man, hey, man, they got us, dog. And furthermore, less, Cornelius know, allegedly, that maybe Justin Johnson got his cut, so I'm saying? And Cornelius, like, he looking at it like, nah, see, I knew I should have told him. I know I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, man. Say, man, hey, man. Justice for Dolph, man. You know what I'm saying? That boy said he had a conscience. I feel bad after I did it. But he was also saying, I still got a conscience. I took the 50,000. They ain't give it to me in my hand. Right? So he didn't want to put Gotti directly in the center of, who the 50,000 came from. He said, I don't know who it came from over there at CMG. But yeah, I can admit, I know it came from CMG. Because Big Juke, the one that had the hit out on any one of the artists' head. Now, this is what Cornelius Smith is telling us. That it could have been anybody that day. It wasn't just Dolph, right? So he's saying Cornelius Smith is telling us they didn't just set out for Dolph that day. It could have been anybody. But, they just so happened to see Dolph, riding that camo Corvette that day, right? Right before noon, right? And around noon. And that's when they followed Dolph all the way to Makita's homemade butter cookies. But they circled around after they watched Dolph actually pull up in there, as they probably suspected, because, he was always expected to go to Makita's when he came home to Memphis. See, all this right here came into play. This is how people were saying and why people were saying, possibly, maybe, this is how the killers knew for sure that when Dolph came to town, guess where he was gonna go? Guess where he was gonna for sure be at least one of those trips that he makes while he's in Memphis. And this is why people were saying, hey man, he was set up. It was very, very interesting and suspicious to hear that Cornelius said, hey, I didn't get paid nothing but approximately $800 in cash. Then he turns around and says, when he's questioned, cross-examined by Justin Johnson's lawyer, right? He says that his lawyer, right? He made it a fact and put it on the record that, Cornelius' lawyer got paid $50,000, right? Now, Cornelius says he don't know how much exactly the lawyer that he was using got paid. Yeah, so Cornelius Smith was basically telling the defense that, hey, I know for a fact, right, that the money came from CMG because Big Juke was the one who I chopped it up with about doing the murder, right? Him and Govan. So he knows that Juke is affiliated with CMG. But Cornelius was saying that he couldn't tell and pinpoint exactly who at CMG. But he did say that Juke was the one, right, that talked to him and Govan about the murder of Dolph or any pre-artist, right? This is what Cornelius also said, that any pre-artist that they would have seen, it was already up for them. It was a contract for them, and how each, one of the members had a certain amount on their head, right? So I guess for Dolph it was 100,000, and it might have been a little lesser for a couple of more of the artists that he had on his label, right? So, Cornelius kind of went into detail a little bit with, law enforcement when he gave up information, but we can assume that it was more information behind these hits than we actually know. You know what I'm saying? Well, whoever with PR, you gonna get it on site. You get this amount, right? Oh, you got this member, you got this artist, okay, you get this amount. But if you get the big dog, you get Dolph, you know what I'm saying? Look, this is what you get, 100,000. And then with the 100,000 came Cornelius Smith not allegedly getting his money. He said he only got 800 in cash, and then Justin Johnson tried to send him a kite, letting him know, hey, I got 7,000, take it or leave it. So he was about to give him 7,000. I mean, I'm guessing it was gonna be cash, right? So, both of them was locked up at the time, so I don't see how Johnson was gonna get Smith the money if that was the case. If, Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith, had kites going back and forth to each other by some more payments being made from Justin, right, to Cornelius Smith as if Justin had the money. Justin had the bread, but, you know, he just couldn't prove it. But Justin was, you know, the middleman between Juk and the money, right? And Cornelius Smith. So, you know, it's all very a tangled web that has been woven, right? But, you know, it's starting to get exposed, you guys. So Justin Johnson's lawyer basically wanted to know, you know, why was Cornelius lying in his previous statements to law enforcement back in December of 2021 when he first got caught, right? So, you know, Cornelius, you know, he made it very clear that Cornelius has also always been cooperating with law enforcement since he first got stopped back in December, right after the murder, right? And the defense lawyer also painted a picture of Cornelius Smith by going and perpetrating and committing this crime of killing Dolph on his little girl's birthday. You know what I'm saying? All because he was desperate for cash and, you know, on drugs and things of that nature. That's kind of crazy. You would go, you know, even kill at all, but let alone on your little girl's birthday, right? Because you saying you trying to, you know, make it the most beautiful day as possible for your little girl, but you end up making it as, you know, as ugly of a day, right? The ugliest day ever for the family and the kids of Dolph. And yeah, they're not showing the faces of the witnesses, right? Anybody who's testifying, except for like law enforcement and things of that nature. But as far as just regular people, they're not showing regular people's face in this trial. And the reason I would believe that there is no faces being shown with the witnesses, right, is because of safety reasons. You know, who knows? You know, being a part of this case could, you know, lead you to possibly lose your life. You know, things of that nature. So they're not showing people's face during the trial. And also during this cross-examination by Justin Johnson's lawyer, the defense, right, Luke Evans, from what I gather, Luke is saying, you know, hey man, just miscellaneous things, you know, that he was asking, you know, Cornelius, but, you know, he, you know, got down to the bottom of it with the CMG thing and who made the payment for his lawyer, right? So he made that very clear that yes, CMG, you know, to your knowledge, is the ones who paid this $50,000. You agreed to it. You agreed to take the money and get a lawyer with it. No matter what you did, it's still your money. You got paid a $50,000 payment to buy you a lawyer. So it's like, you know, Cornelius can't go around that. He can't deviate that, right? So he knows that exactly, you know, is what happened. Yeah, you didn't get the money, it's messed up, but you also got caught. So, you know, now this money is going towards this lawyer. So even with CMG allegedly paying the $50,000 for the lawyer for Cornelius Smith, right? They still ended up getting implicated, right, in the murder of Dolph, because you have Cornelius Smith, who's also, you know, disgruntled at the fact that he didn't get cash. He didn't get that, you know, that guap that he was promised in his hand, right? And it had to come through the form of a payment through a lawyer, and he just wasn't feeling that. Now, the cross-examiner, the defense, Luke Evans for Justin Johnson, he's trying his best to make it as if his client, Justin Johnson, wasn't involved or nowhere around when negotiations or, you know, talks of a potential murder, and especially of any paper route empire artists that were signed to Dolph, was to happen, that it was going to be for $100,000, right? And this guy, Cornelius Smith, is there with Hernandez Govan, and he said this was one of his first times meeting Juk, right? And probably the only time meeting Juk, okay? And so, you know, he just happened to be going over there to go get some pills, right, from Quet, and Quet brought it up, right? And he said this is when, you know, he met Juk just that one time, and that was it. He ain't had no contacts on him. He couldn't contact him for the money. Justin was the one that was, you know, and Quet, right, was both in the middle of Juk and the payments, right, and Cornelius. So Cornelius, you know, felt like, you know, Govan wasn't going to give him no money. You know, Justin Johnson was barely paying him any type of money. And now all that has done is created a big, you know, resentment for Cornelius Smith of even killing Dolph, is what I believe, right? I mean, I did all this for this. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Basically killed this man for $800, you know what I'm talking about? And Cornelius also mentioned Govan setting him up, right? He said Govan set him up and got him arrested. This is what Cornelius Smith is saying. Like, say, man, you brought this to me, dog, and you don't get me set up and arrested? You know I'm gonna tell on you. So if y'all really paying attention and listening, Cornelius already been there said, look, these people told on me, especially Govan, right? Govan got me locked up. You know, he got me caught up in all this here. He asked me to do it. Then he get me locked up. Say, man, nah. The state asked Cornelius, hey, you know, we not doing this for, you know, no deal or nothing, right? I ain't promise you nothing, right? And, you know, Cornelius said, nah, you ain't promising me nothing. You told, matter of fact, you told me I'm still going to prison. Yeah, I know I'm still going to go do some time. And Cornelius Smith was saying basically, hey, man, he got to come with me, man. Justin Johnson got to come with me, man. Because, you know, at the end of the day, he feel like Justin, straight drop, did him wrong by not giving him his money. So during Luke Evans' cross-examination of Cornelius Smith, I felt like he was trying to paint Smith as a liar as much as he could, right, to the jury, you know, to give reasonable doubt as well. I also felt like, you know, Luke Evans was using the tactics of, well, you said this, but now you're coming back and saying this. And why you didn't tell law enforcement that if you were trying to be so honest and you got this conscience, right? So, you know, he tried to play that game with Cornelius Smith, but Cornelius Smith kept giving, you know, the same basic answer that he thought that he gave to law enforcement, right? So he also told him that he wasn't, you know, just completely truthful, because a lot of questions Cornelius said that the laws didn't even ask him. So why would he volunteer information, right? Because in the video we all see it looks like Cornelius Smith did most of the killing, did most of the shooting, you know, of Dolph. And, you know, you just see straight drop run up at the end, you know, and get a couple of shots in, probably no more than 3 or 4, right? And ended up still get grazed around the back, according to Cornelius. So y'all get in the comment section and let me know, will this case right here, this Young Dolph murder trial and all the facts that are coming out, right, that the investigators have come up with and witnesses are testifying to, will CMG finally get hit with a RICO? You know, this is what people are also, you know, speaking about and saying behind the scenes at the moment, that CMG is next for a RICO, right? So is this right here gonna kick it off? Y'all let me know. So keep it locked to OG Jucario TV for the latest in hip-hop, rap, celebrity, and urban news. You're watching the Rundown Podcast. I appreciate everybody for spending with me. I appreciate all my subscribers for sliding with your boy every time. And say, man, hey man, keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button, and look, turn on post notification so we can slide whenever I get the drop. You already know what it is, man. It's deeper than Buddha, her, you hear me? And guess what? I'm gone.